Your daily B3 podcast update on sports brought to you by Golf Plus and the Andrews Insurance Agency. I'm Brian Emmons. This is what will be mostly a daily update anytime that we can do it. We're trying to bring you more content here on the B3 podcast feed from the Empulse podcast network. Let's start in the NFL. NFL owners meetings going on, and there are some rule changes that they did pass. They tabled the tush push, so that's not going away anytime soon, and probably a good thing. I don't know, you should be changing rules on potential injuries when you don't have too many or any to cite. But what they did change is the NFL overtime rule. Now both teams going to have a chance to get the ball no matter what happens on that first possession. I think that's a good thing. But even better, they talked about expanding the overtime to 15 minutes, kept it at 10, which I think is really good from an injury standpoint, because when guys get tired in this super long season that they play, and I'm not complaining about that because I'm always sad when it's over, but I think keeping that at 10 minutes was the right move. Also, they're going to change the rule on kickoffs. Touchbacks now come out to the 35 instead of the 30, trying to avoid that kicking the ball out of the end zone. Maybe letting the offensive team now have the ball a little bit further will create more excitement on the kickoff. Let's take a look at the Final Four coming up on Saturday. Florida versus Auburn. Right now, Florida sits at a 2.5-point favorite. I think I like Florida in the points there, but we can discuss that on the big show coming up tomorrow night. Duke and Houston getting together. Duke, a 6.5-point favorite. That's where we stand right now. At least that's on BetMGM. Women's Final Four also set. That's going to be number 1 seeds UCLA, South Carolina, and Texas are joined by number 2 seed UConn, who is the most decorated program in women's college basketball history, and the number 1 team in the nation entering the tournament. So just like the men, it seems like it's mostly the best teams that rise to the top, and I have a feeling with this transfer portal crap, we're not going to change anything. These tournaments are going to start going more and more chalk as we see them go. UCLA comes in 34-2, South Carolina 34-3, Texas 35-3, and UConn 35-3. I watched quite a bit of the Texas TCU game last night. I'm sorry, I've said this before on these broadcasts. That was lousy basketball, at least for a good portion. I know they took one time, I think they counted 13 trips up and down the floor without scoring. The games are close a lot of times, and they're fun to watch, but whoo, man, we got to upgrade the basketball going on. But should be a good Final Four on both the men and the women, and we can't argue. There's no Cinderellas, man. It's the heavy hitters that are going to be in the buildings. Baseball last night, the Cardinals finally lost a game. They were trying to run the table, but they lose. Cubs win 18-3. Even that lead the bullpen can't blow, but not a great start for Oakland, who was playing their home games in Sacramento. That was the first game at Sutter Health Park, and they gave up 18. Carson Kelly for the Cubs. First cycle hit for the Chicago Cubs since 1993. And the Reds, you can hear them on WAMW's The General. They went crazy. Ellie De La Cruz with a great day. I think he had 4 hits, 7 RBIs, and 2 home runs. Saw a great stat, speaking of baseball. In 1995, Tony Gwynn struck out 15 times in 585 at bats. And this year, the Boston Red Sox, Rafael Devers, has 15 strikeouts in 19 at bats. So, great job there. More football on Christmas. The NFL's announced they're planning on Christmas Day triple header. Last year was so successful. Christmas on a Thursday this year, so it is a natural game day. First 2 games will be on Netflix. The third will be on Amazon Prime Video, and for people that don't like that, you might as well just get with it. That is the wave of the future. Aaron Rodgers, probably going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, I'm guessing. That's about the only team left for him to play. He met with the Pittsburgh Steeler brass, and they even had a throwing session with Steeler wideout DK Metcalf. So really, really looking like Aaron Rodgers, for better or worse. And I'm not sure that I would want him to be my quarterback, even though I think he's got a lot left in the tank. But there's a whole lot of baggage that comes with that. On the general this afternoon, Deco and I will be calling the Barre Vincent Gervais baseball game, so tune into that. And tomorrow night we're going to record at Table 4 at Red Bones. We're going to record the big show, and B3 will be in your inbox or ready for download for you wherever you get your podcasts on Thursday morning at the very latest. Probably will be up late Wednesday night. We're talking about a good show. We've got lots of stuff to talk about. Sectional 62. They win again. That's the best sectional in the state, at least in 1A basketball. We'll update all the rumors and everything going on with IU. Really no players right now, but we got a good coach, so we're looking to the future. We're going to talk about Deco's European vacation. I guarantee you there's going to be some good stories come out of that. I went to Disney, so, there's got some stuff to talk about there. I'll give my Tournament of Champions 1-minute update, and then we'll get you ready for the White Lotus season finale if you're watching that. So tune in to the big show, the B3 podcast, coming to you on Thursday morning. But before that, I'll talk to you tomorrow on this update. And just to let you know, these may not always be suitable for work. This is going to be just like we talked during the B3 podcast, and won't get too crazy, but just to let you know that this is going to be kind of an unfiltered type update on sports, and you never know, we may end up talking about other stuff. So, hey, I appreciate you being part of it. Thanks to Golf Plus and, of course, Burkhart Insurance Agency, and we record the big show every week at Red Bones. Talk to you later, everybody.